Yo, Big Kids back up in here. We about to be going over fantastic hip-hops, how things got crazy for Jay-Z. Y'all know about the allegations that been going on, man. We about to go over to see his insight, you know what I mean? See his POV of the situation, Jay-Z situation, you know what I mean? But yeah, look like Jay-Z ain't going down without a fight, man. Nah, y'all got you got to really take me down. But we about to go over this video. I will leave a link in the description. Y'all make sure y'all go like, comment, subscribe to Fantastic Hip Hop because he dropping them bangers. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
When it comes to Jay-Z right now, what we are all witnessing is one of the craziest things we will ever see as hip-hop and music listeners for that matter, because with what has been said about one of the most powerful people in all of the industry, and when you look at both him and who he is married to, and of course Beyonce, really couples in all of entertainment and pop culture. Right now with this entire situation, considering the climate of where not just hip-hop and music, but all of culture really is at right now, everyone's running around and using what is said here to push whatever narrative they want to get across from this. And now in the hip-hop world specifically, from people who are stans of Drake and Young Money, and have really been waiting for a moment like this and are now using it to try and throw all of the heat off them, to stans of Beyonce who are not even willing to think of the possibility that she may be married to somebody who's done something like this, to people who have made conspiracies online and now just want to push whatever narratives that they are trying to see from this situation. Which again, in terms of this era that we are in, and with the state of hip-hop especially, all of this is not helping the problem whatsoever and is only making things way worse. All in all, with something this major and a claim that based on who this is about and in the time we are really in is one of the biggest pieces of news and really moments that hip-hop and entertainment has seen in quite some time, while it's really no surprise that this moment is getting the reaction it is, still, beyond how people are trying to use this to cleanse someone like Drake of any blemishes or stains on his reputation, because seriously, all over the rap world, that is just what the loud group of people who support him are drawing this all out to be, while just disregarding all of its other implications and context for that matter as a whole. When we look past all the social media headlines, there is a much bigger story that's already at play here that we need to dive into. And now before we get any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And so now with what's going on with Jay-Z, while obviously these are very different accusations altogether, just like we saw with Drake when he filed suits of his own recently towards his label and Kendrick Lamar's track Not Like Us. Before we can even see what's actually at hand here, because of all of just the blatantly wrong information that's been spreading online as people have just been trying to create whatever narrative they want to, we need to actually understand what's really being said here and what the context of all of this is. And so now with Jay, first off, it's not even focusing on him directly, but actually the guy who has shown himself to be the worst person the entire hip-hop industry has ever seen, without a debate at this point, in Diddy. And now what it's obviously detailing is that at an after party following the 2000...
So what he's saying is just Jay-Z's name is inside of P. Diddy's paperwork.
VMAs.
If I'm not
Jay
mistaken.
joined in with him on an action so horrible that if there is any truth to it, it would completely ruin his name and honestly set back hip-hop as a whole in ways that we can't even begin to describe. And now as all of this came out and Jay-Z's name was dropped here and everyone was just running around and reacting to it, not even a full hour after Jay was named here, in one of the fastest responses that I have ever seen to any controversy, they released an entire statement that was seemingly written by him, or at least from his perspective. And now with what Jay-Z said and how he responded here, altogether it was one of the more charged up PR statements we have seen after a controversy entirely. And now what this statement starts to do here is not just defend the person in controversy like these types of things always do, but what we see Jay and his team do here is start to go after the lawyer who is responsible for this specific case, who goes by the name of Tony Busby. And what's important to note about this guy going into this, and again, what keeps dividing everyone more and more on where they stand, is that beyond being on record in interviews talking about how he manipulates the system for his own client's benefit, which we will get more into later, he also has a weird case of his own, which again just makes everything way more complicated.
Oh! Hey, shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. Hey, look. Thank you for doing your research. I ain't gonna lie, I jumped on the story, man. I jumped on that story. I jumped on the story just to put it out there. But yeah, thank you for this Fantastic Hip Hop. We really appreciate you doing your due diligence on this story. So this is the guy This is the guy we need to be focused on. Later for him. This is the guy we need to be focused on. Because it says they got him on record saying that he tweaks the system for his client's benefit. Y'all know what that means. It mean he cutting corners and lying on motherfuckers. Let's get it, man.
And now with weaknesses that he publicly has been criticized before by other professionals within his space, he attempts to try and call out the guy who is starting this off by listing off behaviors that would make him untrustworthy in the first place, and then he tries to go as far to say that he would have an underlying motive for all of this, which would be money. And so now with all of this, what the overall message and most important idea of Jay's statement here, beyond him talking about how this is going to affect him and his entire family, which he says is the worst part of it, is he is now going to have to explain to his own daughter how harsh the world can be and what is really going on, is that in the eyes of his team, the lawyer who's going after Jay is pretty much just trying to collect a massive bag from him, and Jay's aggressive side really does come out here as much as it can in a PR statement like this, as he tells the person that he says is escalating all of this for his own personal gain, that he is more than ready to go after him for what he is trying to do. And now, while with any statements like these and with the way so many of these big name cases have went down in recent years, almost everyone is conditioned to believe that whoever is on the defensive is just trying to cover their own image and make them look like they are a victim of some sort. With the way Jay-Z is trying to defend himself, beyond all the basic claims and vague phrases, his response takes a different route as he calls out the nature of this case for being a civil suit, which is not a criminal one. And what this obviously means is that opposed to a case like with Diddy, where they are being tried and if they are found of anything, they will be put away, Jay here is being tried within a civil way, which means that all he could lose from this is money, and this is the same thing that's happening with Drake and his label right now, as it's only civil, and what the general sentiment around these types of cases tends to be, is that whether it's for what we see with Jay-Z or what Drake is doing, that they are trying to create all the noise and chaos that the claims of any sort of legal work does. As with the way headlines are read and digested, they will always make it look like somebody is blatantly in the wrong, and in the worst case for parties like Drake, or who is claiming this for Jay here. If what they are doing is proven false, they can't actually receive a penalty like they otherwise would with the nature of a more serious suit. Which is why with Drake's case with his label, a lot of people have just laughed him out of the room for what he is doing, and are saying that it's a move made out of him being bitter and petty more than anything. But now, considering these claims around Jay, and obviously they are something that is way more serious due to the actions at hand, there is still a lot more we need to uncover before we can even start to think about what's really going on here. Adding even more context to this situation, the reason why Jay was ready to get a statement out so quick was because they knew these headlines were coming, as this case that is being referred to here is not new at all, but it has been out there for months with just Jay-Z's name being taken out of it. And so now what is being gathered is that for Tony Busby, when this claim initially came out, what him and his team did was reach out to Jay-Z and told him to pay up a certain amount of money, otherwise they were going to go live with his name and tear down his image because of it. And this practice is nothing new, and has happened to so many people over the years. And when you do research into Tony Busby himself, the very foundation of his practices and history as a professional pretty much revolves around going after these types of cases, and in some very controversial manners,
blackmailing people. So this is the guy we need to go after. Yeah, I got a thumbnail for your ass. Yeah, I got a thumbnail with your name, with your face all on it, Mr. Busby.
At that. And the reason why he's been successful is because in this era where more and more individuals have been getting exposed for being straight up horrible people, usually when one of these come out, A-listers get so nervous about having something bad come out about their reputation that they are willing to lose any amount of money up front just to protect their own image. And again, to tie things back into the context of hip-hop and with someone who can't seem to escape being talked about alongside Jay right now, and of course none other than Drake, we have found out over the years that Drake has been in a similar situation, but instead of ending up in the place like Jay-Z is in right now, he ended up reaching a settlement, which is what Kendrick Lamar was seemingly rapping about on Euphoria with these lines. And so now with this entire situation and all of the facts that we are gathering, it really is essential to have all this context around it right now and to be aware of what the stakes of it really are. But obviously what we all care about and want to hear is whether what is being thrown out against Jay-Z has any truth to it. And again, while the nature of where we are at in hip-hop culture and with this entire situation, everyone has already made up their minds and is just running around with the narrative that is validating whatever they want to believe. And really, until anything is 100% proven, we are about to see the entire music and entertainment world in one of the most chaotic states it has ever been in. Because with this situation, there is just so much at stake, not just for the future of the industry, but for the foundation of how it was built for decades. And this is why online for so many people, even worse than with really any of the other major entertainment giants who we have seen fall, as it's turned out that they are just awful people. Jay-Z having this be said about him is just so pivotal to everything going on in the music and entertainment worlds, because beyond the power and wealth that he and Beyonce hold as business people and moguls, they are also actual artists and personalities who have defined generations and have created fan bases so big that they have both been able to be at the near top of their fields for decades. And with the people who have supported them, the artists who they are connected to, and all the people in general who have been inspired by them over and over again. When we really look at the context of the entire hip-hop world and see that in the lineage of where we're at now, without people like Jay-Z, we would have never gotten Ye, which means we would have never gotten hip-hop to the place where so many different types of rappers can all thrive at once, and so many types of sounds and styles are appreciated. When you just look at one web of the influence from Jay-Z and see just how far-spanning his effects have went throughout the entire music world. Whatever this all means going forward is going to challenge everyone who is a part of the spaces he and Beyonce occupy in some shape or form. And from here on out, it's going to be very interesting to see how people address this situation going forward, just knowing how high the stakes are. But overall, while it's impossible to really see where all of this is going to go from here, and just with the claims that were made alone, how much this impact will have in of itself, what's clear right now is that as Jay-Z has already come out and is seemingly ready to defend himself in a way that we have never had to see before, that we are really about to find out who he really is more than we ever have. And so now with all that said, let me know.
So we got to check on this Tony Busby guy. Because Fantastic Hip Hop just mentioned that he got a weird case. Why is he around? We got to check out this guy, man. Tony Busby. Yes, sir.
What do you think about this entire situation? I mean, this is already one of the most insane stories that has emerged in hip-hop in years. And really, we are about to learn so much based on how everyone responds to this. But based on the limited information we know so far, please tell me what you think is really going on.
Jay bust out and said, nah, you ain't getting no free payday out here, man. Nah, you go and put my name out there. It's all good. It's all good. People already got my name in their mouth already. So, I mean, what's up? This shit gonna be over by next week. Yeah, let me know what y'all think of the video, man. Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. Tony Busby, he been getting away with this for a minute. I'm trying to look for him. Where he at? Yeah, there you go. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got a thumbnail for you, buddy. I'm going to do some research to see what this case is about. Because he got a case on his own. That's what Fantastic Hip Hop said. He got a case he need to be worried about on his own. Let me see. We'll find that. Yeah, we going to look into Mr. Busby, y'all. We definitely going to look into Mr. Busby. Because you can't just be trying to milk nobody like that. Pause. Uh-huh. Yeah, is that it right there? Yep. Attorney repping alleged. Whoa. Oh, that's on TMZ. Diddy attorney. Alleged victims sued for. Repping. Attorney repping alleged. Diddy attorney repping alleged. I don't know if that was supposed to be a R right on. I mean, an A right there. I don't know. But yeah, we about to look into Mr. Busby. Because he can't be going around spreading no false information like this for a payday. That don't look good on our people. It's not just Diddy. Hashtag, it's not just Diddy. You know what I mean? I got to start my videos back up with these Hollywood guys. Because it's not just Diddy. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think of the video, man. I will leave a link in the description. Big Kiss signing out. I'm gone, y'all.